Does your files looks like this? Are you frustrated with your cluttered files in your download directory or maybe in your drive? So don't worry, today in this video series we are gonna create a software in Python which will automatically set up every single file in very less amount of time. So without a further ado, let's get started.
So first, for that software, I have used basically pathlib module. Now, you have to read the documentation here in the official site, which I will provide the link in description so that you can read here. Now, I am not going to teach you pathlib here. I am just going to focus on the software. So let me start. First, put pathlib as P. I am also going to use OS module here because we are going to work with files and other stuff. Now I'm going to create main function. Now the first thing which we need to do is get the input from the user, like which path the user wanted to set up actually. So for that we need a global variable named path, or maybe you can take anything. And take the input from the user. Now one more thing which I wanna do here, global, which I wanna do here is actually wrap this string path into p.path class. Basically it will give more functionalities to us. Now our next step will be to get the files, get all the files name with their extensions from that path which the user have entered. So I'm going to create a file list here and I'm going to import files here. I'm going to call path.glob function. Basically what glob function is used for, it is used for searching inside a directory. Like inside this path I'm searching for star, means everything, means star means every file and every folder it will return, and glob basically returns the iterator, so we have to iterate through it. I'm going to print it first and I'm going to show you what it is it will return. Here you can see my F drive is cluttered, so I'm going to use my F drive to show you. I'm going to run this. I have to enter my path. I'm going to enter my F drive path and you can see every file path is there. So I'm going to append all those files into files list, and basically I is the Windows path object. Glob module returns Windows path objects, so I'm going to show you here by printing the files. After it's appended, you can see inside files there are a lot of items, but every items you can see here is of Windows path object. Here. So basically what Windows path is, you just have to read the documentation. Here POSIX path, Windows path, pure Windows path, it is all in the pathlib library. You have to explore it by yourself because it is too lengthy to cover here. So we have gotten all our files. Now the next thing which we wanna do is get all the extensions. Get all the extensions of those files, like .py extension, .xml extension. So for that I'm going to create a function named getExt and inside that first I'm also going to create an ext as set. Inside ext I'm going to add extensions. So I'm going to inside that get ext function I'm going to iterate through files and check if i.isFile. IsFile is the function which is inside the Windows path class. Basically it is used to check if the path which is given here is a file or a directory. So if it is a file, it will return true. Now we are basically going to add its extension i.suffix. i.suffix if you call, it will basically return you the suffix part of it, means .jpg extension part of the file. So I'm going to call the function inside this main function, and after that I'm going to print ext so that you can see how it looks. My app drive, here you can see all of the extensions are there, .jpg, .log, .exe, .zip, but not in repeated manner. It is a set basically, and you can see here every extension have dot, so we should replace this dot by replace function. I'm going to replace dot with empty string. Here dots are removed. Now the next thing which we wanna do is to make the folders named these extensions, like HTML folder. I'm going to make HTML folder, PSD folder, DB folder, .py folder, every folder inside that path. Okay, so for that I'm going to create an function called make folder. So inside that I'm going to iterate through ext set. So for making a folder, now which directory I wanted to make, then I wanted to make inside the path. Path is basically this, it is the object of path class. Path plus, remember this sign is used as plus in the pathlib module if you are using pathlib module. Now it is all given in the pathlib module documentation, you can read. Basically we are going to create a directory inside path. I'm going to first print this, I'm not going to make this, first I'm going to print this and show you what it is exactly. Make folder, I'm going to call it here. Take a look at this. F inside F, H folder, all these folders are going to be created. So I'm going to comment this out. If you see here, no directories are there. Now I'm going to do this. All the directories will be created. Have a look at this. Zip, PNG, MP4, JSON, log. So all those files are going to be categorized according to their extensions. Like the files having HTML extension will go in HTML folder. The next part of our journey is this, to move the files according to their extensions. So for that I'm going to make a function. So inside that move file function, I'm going to iterate through files, and I'm going to move the files according to their extensions. os.rename is basically used to move the files. We have to give two arguments into it, source and the destination. Like which file you want to move. I wanted to move I. In which destination you wanted to move. I wanted to move into the path plus inside I dot suffix dot replace dot with empty string plus I dot name. I wanted to rename this as that. From this directory I wanted to move it into that directory. because that we have already created inside make folder that we have already created. And i.name is basically returns the name of the file with extension. First I'm going to just print this up and show you how it works. Means just print it. Oh sorry, move files function I have to call here. Have a look at this. All the XML files, XML are inside the XML folders, but I have not yet renamed it. I just printed destination path, so it will move all those files like this. Proj extension, pro proj extension. So I'm going to uncomment this up, and you will see every file will get managed. My app directory. Now everything is done. Have a look at this. How cluttered that was. Now every GIF files, all GIF files are there. exe files are inside the exe folder. Now it is pretty easier. I can find my softwares, I can find out my HTML files, I can find out my C files, like that. So this software is really helpful for me, and that idea is really great that it came into my mind and I shared with you. So hope you guys like this video. So if you wanted this software to be developed more, then comment down and I will make another video, part 2 video of it. So thank you for that.